This week on NHRA Today, the Oklahoma Sooner who's seeking his fortune in Florida. Division 5 comes alive with a Kansas kickoff. Whit Bazemore's long, hard climb to funny car success and the baffling ways an oil system performs. From the headquarters of Darrell Gwynn Racing in Davie, Florida, these stories and more on this edition of NHRA Today. Drag racing has known few competitors with the charisma, character, and courage of Darrell Gwynn. Born to the track as son of World Championship sportsman racer Jerry Gwynn, Darrell grew up as everybody's kid brother or surrogate son. We marveled at his immediate success in the alcohol dragster ranks. We celebrated his professional accomplishments, 6 wins in 1989, including the race, Indy's U.S. Nationals. Many of Darrell's dreams vanished on a sad Easter Sunday in 1990 in England, but not all. Paralyzed in body, but not in spirit, Darrell still owns and aggressively captains his Coors Light Top Fuel race team. Today we take you inside his new, built by Dad headquarters and shop in Davie, Florida, just north of his Miami home. Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of NHRA Today. I'm Steve Evans. You know, I can barely get a pickup truck in my garage, let alone a 72-foot big rig. But here in Darrell's new shop, there's plenty of room for the truck and a lot more, as we'll show you in the next half hour. We'll talk to Darrell, his dad, Jerry, and we'll meet a couple of race car drivers he's involved with. But first, let's find out, besides the weather here in South Florida, what's hot. There were several curious technical innovations that debuted in Memphis 2 weeks ago. Kenny Bernstein unveiled a unique outrigger training wheel on the right side of the Budweiser King that observers suspect is designed to counteract torque-induced chassis flex when leaving the starting line. Crew Chief Dale Armstrong would say.
It's something that we've thought about doing for quite a while to overcome a problem in the car. And I think it shows some promise, but I don't want to give away anything at this point yet.
There was also an innovation in the funny car arena, courtesy of the McDonald's team. Now, you may recall back in Houston, we showed you the stovepipe the team had adopted in an effort to minimize body damage and blower explosions. Well, in Rockingham, they learned to their misfortune that the pipe was not an adequate fix. So from Memphis, car builder Murph McKinney created this 300 square inch burst panel built into the body in front of the engine. It is held in place by 4 tiny plastic screws that shear under pressure, and the panel remains attached to the car by straps. It's a clever solution to an expensive problem, and it passed its first test with flying colors when the supercharger popped during eliminations without damaging the $20,000 bodywork. And that's what's hot. This Gwynn facility offers a lot more than just a parking place for a top fuel dragster and its carrier. Meet Jerry Gwynn, the man who built this with his own hands. And you know, Jerry, it's got a new shop smell to it.
Well, Steve, we just kind of finished it in the last few days. We're kind of proud to have it.
But it's been on the drawing board for a long time.
Well, yeah, before Darrell's accident, we started with plans and all. We purchased the property long before that, and it's kind of a dream come true for us.
Take us for a quick little tour.
Well, we have plenty of machine area. We have part storage. We have offices for everybody, and enough room that we can put the transporter and all inside and make it secure.
Hanging all those awards in the hallway might have taken as long as putting the walls up.
Well, that's for sure. The whole wall is full of awards and photos.
And it doesn't look like you're going to grow out of this building.
Well, I hope not. It's about 8 times bigger than where we were before.
Stay with us. When we come back, you'll meet the man who drives Darrell Gwynn's Top Fueler.
NHRA Today is brought to you by Castrol GTX, the motor oil that provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown, and by Mopar Parts and the Chrysler Corporation's dealers who sell and install them.
Inside your smooth-running engine is a torture chamber, and under these grueling conditions, only one leading motor oil in every grade meets the world's toughest requirements for viscosity breakdown. Castrol. Castrol provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol. After all, why make things tougher on your engine? Castrol GTX, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Behold the passion and pageantry of the noble warrior within. Armed with a Snapper recycling mulcher mower with its 2x2 split-level blade. 2 blades for the way up, 2 blades for the way down. Their Ninja 2x2 blade cuts every blade of grass who knows how many times. It's also handy that I don't have to take the time to bag. Looks like I did. Snapper. Anything less just won't mulch it. Now pay nothing down and no payments until October.
On the surface, it's a perfect neighborhood. Everything's so well maintained. But beneath the surface, there could be trouble brewing in the septic system. Ask anyone who's had a backup. Better to maintain your system. Regular maintenance, including Rid-X, helps keep your septic system free-flowing and helps prevent backup. Look beneath the surface. Use Rid-X once a month.
If you have fine or thinning hair, a heavy hairspray can plaster it down so it looks like you have even less. But Consor's special light spray doesn't weigh hair down, so your hair looks fuller as it holds all day. Consor, the fine mist for fine hair.
We all have a basic need. That need is for water, pure, clean, and clear. Join TNN in their conservation project. Pure water, pure country.
Welcome back to NHRA Today at the world headquarters of DGR, Darrell Gwynn Racing. Meet Darrell himself. Boy, what a job your dad's done with this facility.
He sure has, Steve. Thank you. And I'm real proud of my dad. And my dad spent a lot of hours each day building this place and preparing it. And he basically built it for me, and that makes me feel pretty good. As you can tell, the wide hallways and some of the cafe doors. And there's a lot of thought and a lot of effort and time by my father that went into this place, and means a lot to me.
You're a businessman, and in here you can do business.
That's right. I can do business in here. I can look out the glass and see what's going on out in the shop, and go right next door into my exercise room and do a little therapy each day. So it kind of is real convenient for me.
Well, this is the perfect time to meet the man that drives this man's top fuel dragster. Here's Dave McClellan with the story.
Palm trees and tropical temperatures are not familiar surroundings for an Oklahoma native, but for Michael Brotherton, home is where the shop is. Southern Florida at Darrell Gwynn Racing.
He's one of the most personable guys out here. He's good for the sponsors. He's done real well with the media. He handles himself real well, plus he's a hard worker and a good driver.
Jerry and Darrell and everybody that's with their team has been with their team for a long, long time. And they were around when I first got my license. We've raced a lot together. They're a little bit like coming home.
The Gwynns have just a real family-oriented organization, and we do things together socially. Our personal lives are intermingled with each other.
Michael has a reputation in the sport as a tireless worker. He has had his own operations in Top Alcohol and Top Fuel, and was crew chief for Gene Snow in 1991. As driver of the Coors Silver Bullet Special, his responsibilities have changed, but his goals have not.
We want to win drag racing. We want to win not only drag races, but the World Championship. A lot of teams, the drivers don't work on the car. And I'm not saying that's bad, because I don't know if it's good or bad, but I've always worked on all the cars that I've been involved with. It helps me from a standpoint. I like to work on cars. They let me do the cylinder heads because it lets me work on the car, and it's really not a high pressure job between rounds, and I can go in there and I can keep busy between rounds. To me, it makes a difference. My philosophy of wanting to work on the car, being involved with a hands-on type attitude is the same attitude that Darrell always had. And I think we think a lot alike as far as the overall goals and seeing the overall picture of the direction that a team should go.
Michael and Beth married almost 2 years ago in Texas after meeting at a drag race.
They got married was the day before the Dallas race. He's extremely easygoing and laid back and nice. He doesn't change into this different personality on the track. He doesn't become another person. He's the same person there that he is at home.
We're not off the track very much, but when we are, I like to spend time with my wife. Got a couple of new additions to the family. Got a couple of cats, which we've been trying to have pets for the last 3 years, but when you move as much as we have, it's pretty difficult.
You might say I'm an animal lover more so, I guess, than anything else. A little kitty came to my door hurt, and I took him to the vet, and it was going to take him 10 days to heal. Well, after I had him 10 days, I couldn't give him up.
When we do get a chance, we like to relax. Got down to the beach for the first time last weekend to just look around. We didn't have time to spend down there, but we're going to go back. Just a pretty simple guy, actually, probably pretty boring, but the normal things, you know, just spend a little time at home and spend some time with my wife and the pets and do a little fishing.
Not even halfway through his first season driving for the Gwynns, Michael has had peaks and valleys. A crash in Pomona, low qualifier in Houston, only to smoke the tires in round 2. And in Memphis, he made it to the finals, but lost to Corey Mack. But if working hard is what it takes, Michael Brotherton is ready.
I just like to work. I can't imagine myself not being real busy or working hard, no matter what I do. But I really like drag racing. When you enjoy your work that much, well, you just work a lot harder at it. If it shows, well, I'm glad it shows.
Well, that was Michael Brotherton on tape. This is Michael Brotherton in person in really a neat area of the shop, Mike.
Kind of our kitchen area, kind of where we can come and relax, grab a Coke. The guys' lockers are over here behind me, and a refrigerator, microwave, the usual stuff in the kitchen.
You got it all, but you didn't quite have it all in Memphis 2 weeks ago. Got to that final round so close to the first big one.
Oh, closer than I've ever been, and we worked real hard for it. Unfortunately, we flat got outrun. I got to give Corey fair warning. We're going to try not to ever let it happen again, but they were running good.
Darrell says he likes you most because of your total commitment to this team, your dedication to winning.
I appreciate that. I think that's what it takes. Darrell was always that way, and I think if you're going to wind up being a world champion, everybody's going to have to do that.
It'll come soon.
I hope so.
You know, Michael is not only a fine driver, he's a tremendous fuel crew chief. You may want to watch this week's Big Daddy Don Garlett's Tech Check. Might even learn something.
One of the most difficult problems in top fuel racing is how do you keep one of these 7,000 RPM, 5,000 horsepower engines lubricated when they go down the drag strip. All is fine and dandy at the starting line when the engine is sitting there idling and the oil is returning to the pan in its normal fashion, running through these baffles down to the pump pickup, going through these big lines to the pump. But the moment that the driver engages a clutch and steps on the throttle and the car exceeds 1 gravity, the engine thinks that it's setting in this position, whereupon all the oil drains back to the back of the pan and is thrashed around by the crankshaft real hard. There's a lot of froth being built up in here. So the drivers have these pans in here and big pumps, special lines, and there's even some thought about going to dry sump. And we'll have more on dry sumps later.
Here you see just a few of the T-shirts that Darrell Gwynn has acquired over the years. And before we leave, there'll be another one from the new Diamond P Sportswear collection. And speaking of this trophy case, understand, all of this was earned in less than 10 years of driving. And it all began with a membership in the National Hot Rod Association. You too can join NHRA for just $48 a year. You get 48 issues of National Dragster, lots of other goodies. And if you call the number on your screen right now, well, you'll get absolutely free a copy of the Diamond P video, Drag Racing 1990. So make that call. Now this weekend, there's WDRS action all over the country. Try to check it out.
There's only one way to go for high-performance off-road or traditional replacement parts and accessories. Key Parts Auto Stores. Gabriel, gas rider struts, and light truck shock absorbers offer the best ride and performance. Their custom-tuned valving and gas pressure improve your vehicle's handling and ride comfort. Call 1-800-453-4000 for your nearest Key Parts Auto Store. And for your Key Parts catalog, just $249 and packed with hundreds of dollars in discount coupons.
The intelligent engineering that powered this Oldsmobile to a world record 257 miles per hour now moves a new Oldsmobile to over 30 highway miles per gallon. Introducing Achieva by Oldsmobile. Never has so much thought gone into this much fun. Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
To be the best deer hunter you can be, it takes knowledge and experience. Hi folks, this is Jackie Bushman, the Buckmaster, and you'll gain both when you read all 6 issues of the Buckmaster's Whitetail magazine. Whether you're a gun or bow hunter, we'll bring you up to date on the newest innovations to hit the sport, how-to articles to advance your hunting skills, and humorous deer hunting tales by deer hunters just like you. You'll also receive your choice of a real tree or blazed orange hunting cap, a vehicle decal, a handsome embroidered patch, a sample of snow seal and sport wash, a booklet on how game animals see the ultraviolet spectrum, and 1 quality scent from Wellington Outdoors. Your total membership package retails for over $50, but is yours today for only $20.
Call now, 1-800-238-9300. That's 1-800-238-9300, and become a Buckmaster today.
I'm Jim Varney, and I'm a member of Buckmasters, and you can be too. All you need is a set of antlers, like this, non-typical.
Welcome back, everyone. In addition to the large area for the Top Fuel team, Jerry Gwynn has also designed into this complex 4 smaller shops that should be perfect in size for their sportsman racing friends here in the Miami area. Sportsman racers in the Midwest, well, they just came off a big weekend in Topeka. Bob Fry was there.
Almost 400 competitors lined up for the tip-off event in Winston Drag Racing Series for Division 5. Now, the field at Heartland Park, Topeka, included nearby Augusta, Kansas competitor Todd Patterson. It wasn't long ago that this second-generation driver had to choose between 2 of his loves, racing and basketball.
I played varsity basketball for 2 years at Augusta High School, and then proceeded to go to Butler County Community College, where I played for 1 year, and then basically hung it up because I didn't have enough time to do both. I think it's helped carry over into the racing part of it. It's the competitiveness of sports. It's kind of helped me deal with the pressures of driving a car under pressure situations.
Patterson feels that his basketball conditioning has really helped, but it's his father's influence that put him over the top. Todd's dad, Alan, won the 1979 Winter Nationals, and now the younger Patterson has put together 7 national event wins, including the Gator Nationals this season. Not only does Todd's basketball ability set him apart from a lot of the other drivers, but so does the color of his car. After all, there are not many tan or beige-colored cars in racing.
Our previous car was a black Corvette, and we found ourselves wiping it off more than we was working on it. So the next car, we had told ourselves that we got to come up with a better color. My dad had purchased a 71 Monte Carlo for my mom at the time, and it was the tan color that we now use. You know, it could sit around for 2 or 3 weeks and not be washed, and it would still appear to be clean.
Incidentally, for you trivia buffs, one of Todd's wins came in a car that wasn't tan. Last year, Patterson won at the Super Nationals in a borrowed car, while his current Lumina was being built. At this race, Todd qualified his Lumina 4th, but his day came to an end when he was defeated by David Nickens. The comp final featured Mexican Arturo Delgado in the far lane and Decatur, Illinois' David Billingsley. Arturo gets off the line first as David's car did a wheelie, and that's all Delgado needed to get his first NHRA win.
He's very excited for him, and he wants to again he try, and he's so strong, so close, very close.
Now here are the rest of the winners from Division 5. For NHRA Today, I'm Bob Fry.
There is no area in this facility more important than the one you're looking at, the exercise room, because Darrell Gwynn is determined to someday step out of that chair. And Tony Mills, you're with him every day in here. What's the regimen?
Well, after lunch, what we try to do is come in here and do a little bit of exercise, stretch Darrell, make sure his lower extremities get enough stretch to where he has a little more range of movement. Now,